Hello everyone, it's Miss Miranda back again with another video. Sorry for my voice, I had a cold last week and so now I just kind of have a scratchy voice, but we're going to have fun today. We're going to learn about Peter Max and 1 point perspective. We've gone over that before, so this is a little bit of a review. Peter Max is a German-American artist known for using bright colors in his work. Work by Max are associated with the visual art and culture of the 1960s, particularly pop art. He was born October 19th, 1937. He is currently 84 and he was born in Berlin, Germany. So we're going to talk about what is the horizon line. The horizon line is a horizontal line that runs across the paper or canvas that shows where the sky meets the ground. And this is a very important part in establishing a lot of landscapes. So what is the vanishing point? And we talked about it before, so it's really important to go over this again. But the vanishing point is where all the guidelines meet at one central point. This point is located on the horizon line. So the vanishing point and horizon line work very close together. And we can still see it in all of Peter Max's work. We can see all these nice guidelines. He uses that as sun rays or some sort of beam along a lot of his work. Sometimes he doesn't have a horizon line, but we can also see lots of beautiful bright colors. And we see a use of lots of complementary colors as well. So that's something that we're going to be aiming for today, is the use of our horizon line, our vanishing line, and complementary colors. So our I can statements for today, they are: I can learn about an artist named Peter Max. I can use complementary colors in my artwork, and I can create work using 1 point perspective. Also, our New Mexico art standards that we're going over today are 3, 5, and 11. So let's go ahead and get started, everyone. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Today we're gonna be needing our white piece of paper, water, and of course our watercolor palette. You also need a pencil. You can use any pencil. Also, I hope today's audio is perfectly fine. I think the room I'm in is a little echoey. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to establish where our horizon line is. The horizon line, it could be in the center of the page, it could be a little lower. Mine's a little lower today. So there we go. Here's my horizon line. And the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to draw some shapes. Shapes today that I'm going to be drawing are a crescent moon. This is just a nice C shape with some points connected again. I'm also going to draw a star. So this is my crescent moon. The next shape I will be drawing is a star. We're going to go step by step. I can't freehand a star, so this is how I like to do it. I like to draw my star lightly at first. So I'm going to make a diagonal line. Another diagonal line. Now we have a little triangle. One more diagonal line. Going the other way. I'm going to draw a straight line now. Now I'm going to connect those 2 points. There you go. That's how I like to draw a star. And all I'm going to do is erase those middle lines. Remember, we can always pause, because I know drawing this little star can be a little difficult. There we go. And the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to indicate where I want my vanishing point. I'm going to make mine kind of near the center. And I'm going to take these points and draw to the horizon line. I'm going to take a point on the curve, just draw to my horizon line. I'm going to take this point here on my star, connect it to my horizon line. The middle part of my star, connect it to the horizon line. Right here, connect it to the horizon line. I could do this part right here and go down. There we go. I think that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to split this little guy in half. You don't have to do that part, but if you want to, you can. There we go. We connected it at a couple different points. I thought this looked really cool, and we'll color all of this in later. So what we're going to do next, I'm going to draw my sunset. All it is a nice, beautiful curved line. You can see I don't go through my star lines. I go behind it. And next we're going to draw our little beams. And all those are those diagonal lines kind of going across all of our artwork. I think I'm gonna end up with about 6 bases. There you go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 bases. If you have less, that's fine too. There we go. I'm just kind of showing that I'm not drawing through anything. Today our drawing's pretty simple. The painting's pretty simple too. I'm just gonna use my complementary colors. So I begin with red. I'm gonna have my sunbeams. They are going to be red and green. So that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go in a pattern. I'm gonna start off with red, and the next color I'll do will be green. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys watch me paint for a little bit, and I'll come back and tell you guys what I do after my sky's done. So remember, all I'm using is red and green for my little sunbeams. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and wash my brush, and I'm gonna begin on my next colors. I'm gonna paint my sun yellow, and I'm gonna paint my ocean purple, because we know our complementary colors are, or a pair that I'm using next is yellow and purple. We already used one set of complementary colors, so I'm just going on to my next. And here I am just gonna go ahead, wash my brush, and start on that purple ocean. This part takes a little bit. I like to use lots of water. Not too much water though, but just enough. And you'll kind of see me play around with what I'm doing. I use some, just going on straight in with some paint. And a part of it, I put on some water and put the paint next. So you can always kind of experiment on how you lay down your paint. Alright, so now I'm heading into is my last two complementary colors. You can paint your star blue and your moon orange, either or, but this is how I like to paint mine. You can see I put down a little bit of water first and then I put down my paint. I think that makes the painting look pretty cool. You really get to see it spread out, and it turns out to be really even after you let it dry for a minute. And that's okay if our paint gets outside the lines a little bit. It happens. You can see I went down my star. This is how I make it spread out. It looks really cool when you do it this way. Not too much water, just enough to kind of wet it. Wet my brush to get some orange. And there we go. I start kind of just tapping it in. I think this turns out very beautiful. Remember, we don't want our colors to be super dark because that means we're probably using a little too much paint and a lot of things can bleed. I like to make sure my watercolor is exactly what it is. It's watercolor, so sometimes it's a little light, sometimes it's a little transparent, and that's okay. So this is my work, and I hope you guys have a great time. I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.